Welcome to the first video there of the Eagle Eye Hunter there, in which I go around looking at stuff that are usually hidden behind the scenes there that may or may not be known to many people there. For this test run there, we'll be looking at the Big Blossom Mine there, in which, well, used to held a former old god there, Yashra over here though. But while many others though know it though for the raid there to get the heart there, as well as the scenario though during the Dark Heart of Pandaria. What some people might not know there is that this mine actually still holds the Titan facility in which the heart was still held, though. Now we're going to take a look over here, though, in this mine shaft over here. Also bonking the head while I go along there. If I remember right, though, right around here, though, there used to be an area in which you was able to go into, though, but things have changed since then, though. As we go further down the tunnel there, you can see there is a huge Titan-type door preventing us from going any further, though, as also, you can see in the mini-map, which I have located on top, though, in which you can see the room still fully formed. However, what I'm going to do there, as the name of this video suggested, though, is use the Hunter's Eagle Eye ability, though. Unfortunately, though, this requires me to be outside areas, though, in which you are able to mount up, though, which is interesting, though, but understandable. Okay, so we go out here, though. Should be able to mount. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do, though, is go ahead and use the what's known as the Eagle Eye chain macro there. This will allow me to chain the spell effect, though, of Eagle Eye, though, without it being the one time, though. So what we're going to do over here is go link in here, and then keep going in there until we go all the way to the door. Now, in some videos that other people do, though, they will use their demon hunters and so forth, though, or toys or other gimmicky ways, though, to sneak in there, though, which may also cause them to accidentally go into the world, so to speak, and get disconnected, though. However, though, with the Hunter's Eagle Eye ability, though, I could do something similar to that, in which would allow me to go in there without worrying about being disconnected, though, since I'm not, quote, personally in there. Now, what we're going to do there, or should I say I'm going to do in there, is take the targeting circle and wedge it up here in the upper corner so you can see the room, though. Now, I'm going to target over here by the pillar. And what's interesting, though, you can see two large, massive floating doors, though, that are similar to the ones outside, preventing me from going inside as well. Why are these floating doors here? I do not know. What's also interesting is the fact that these are floating as well. Now, some remember this from, like I previously said, the scenario and so forth, though, where you had to bust through there and stop them. What I find interesting also is the fact there is a skylight over here, though, with his own personal skybox. I already looked up there, though. There's really nothing to see. Now, we go down here, though, and you can see that these are still floating above for some awkward reason, though. It's been a while since I've been here. I think the last time I've really been around here, though, is when it was an actual active content, though, during Mist of Pandrea. Now, some might be wondering, though, is the other room still in there, though? Well, you can't tell from the mini-map, though, because it still shows where I'm at in relations to where the spell circle is at, though. You can see the Titan forged gears and everything else there. So what we're going to do, similar to the other door, is to wedge through the door of as well. You can still see the secondary door there. Normally, you'd be able to see the hallway, and here's a hallway. As you can see, though, there's the door that normally is closed, though, so you wouldn't know that during the raid. And beyond this door, here we can wedge it through this again. Okay, should be able to wedge it there. You can see the other room as well. As we sneak through there, though, with the eagle crying due to my spell. Come on, should be able to sneak in there. And there you have it, though. The final boss room for this segment, though. Now, what gets me, though, is that the scenario there that usually plays for this area though would be much smaller though. This, but for some reason though, this is not the scenario rooms. As you can tell though, there's two full-size rooms, so complete with floating objects as doors. This is actually the raid area though. Whenever you had to face off against the main boss. Why is it here in the actual place? I don't know there. The next time they would come and revisit the mines is during Battle for Azeroth, though, whenever Nazoth was freed from the prison and so forth, though. And this had a lot of mantids and so forth, though. And that's why I find curious about this place here, too. Also, there's a loading screen, though. Well, one thing I like about using the Hunter's Eagle Eye is the fact that it has unlimited range there. One moment here. Okay. I have no idea why I jumped there. As you can see, though. Now, what I'm going to do is go to the former site of the Golden Pagoda, in which was nestled between two Mogu statues there, which used to be a daily hub area though for players until they complained and they got taken care of. One moment here while I magically teleport myself, so to speak, over there. Okay, I am now at the Golden Pagoda there, the former site of the Golden Lotus is a daily questing area, where once again people complained. When don't they? I am now in front of the massive golden door though that would normally would lead you out of the raid to go to the next area, which would be the mines there. Now, while the mine area did show the Titan facility is still below it though in the real world, so to speak, the question is, maybe somebody might ask though, what about the stairs that would lead you out over here though? Are they still there? I don't see why they would though, technically though, because it would be even more massive though, and usually, though, they only take segments out there for repurposing and other uses later, though. So once again, taking the Eagle Eye, going to wedge it over here, and more than likely, we're going to run into this wall over here. Let's see here. Yeah, as you can see, there's really nothing behind this, though. It's more like the edge of the world, see? And this big construct over here is actually just the statue of the giant Mogu there. So unfortunately, though, there is no staircase leading out like it would be in the Seige of Orgimar raid, though. Now, I am planning to do maybe like a little mini series of me exploring things that normally can't be viewed to upon there. In fact, though, the next video might be, I'm going to see if I can get it up and running, though, of me exploring the Emeraldry version of the Dragon Isles. This place, though, I want to go to there, normally cannot be seen due to the debuffs that it gives you though if you try to escape the Emerald Dream while doing the, well, as of this recording, the current questing though of the new world tree over there. What happens though, it will cause you to go fall asleep there and will send you back to where you were previously was though. However though, with the Eagle Eye though for the hunter, though, what I'm going to do is show what does the Dragon Isle look like in the Emerald Dream though. And may or may not be surprised though, because like some dungeon areas though too there, they would go and segment off there like I mentioned before though, and repurpose it though. Anyways, this is a short video of me showing the Big Blossom Mine and the hidden Titan facility that's actually still within it, despite you never seeing it though, except for via the Seige of Orgimar raid though. I'm going to try, like I said before, I'm going to try one more video though involving the Emerald Dream version of the Dragon Isles there though. And if that goes well though, I might do a few more of these videos of me using the hunter there to see what else we can find though that some people might not be able to get to though with their other methods, with, like I said before, their demon hunters there. Okay, that is all there. Thanks for watching though, and let's see how well this turns out. Okay, that's about it. Ah, yeah, we gotta like it when the video's like, no. Okay, later.